everyone, welcome back. So I thought I'd just do a quick flip through. I'm going to have a little bit of a process video before this, but I thought I'd do a quick flip through of what I did for November. So once again, I have the little divider, and then I basically followed Allie's suggestion pretty closely and cut out the right now and dangled them on 8 pictures. And my word is enough. So I found kind of 8 things that I took pictures of that really spoke to me about enough. And I really think that this was a good prompt, and it was kind of a fun way to handle it. I will say it did challenge me because my inkjet printer decided to die right in the middle of all this. So these are actually from my work printer, and they're just on paper, the right now. But and I gotta say, the whole flipping in and out of the book, it's a little stressful because it flies everywhere. But I'm gonna be okay with that. And these two, because they wouldn't flip because it's the back of the page protector, I just put the right now and then the journaling on the pictures. So that is my enough for November. Like I said, I'll have a little bit of a process video just kind of walking through that and talking about each of the stories. But this is how it turned out. One more month to go. I have really enjoyed doing this one little word again, and I will most likely be doing it next year. I'm thinking about a word now, and hopefully we can talk about it next year. Thanks. Have a great day. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of what I did to create this layout for November. So I did do the Adobe Photoshop printing of the journaling or of the stories on the circles directly. So I have 8 circles, and I printed them directly from Photoshop with the stories. And then I know she used a 2-inch punch to punch them out. Well, I only had a 1.5-inch punch. So my word's enough, and part of my goal this year is not to buy stuff I don't need. So I went through some of my old Spellbinders stuff, and I found a circle die cut. So I actually ran each of these through my Cuttlebug, probably a word a lot of you haven't heard in a while, and cut out the 8 circles, both with the journaling and then with the right now. And the right now, I think I alluded to it earlier, my inkjet printer decided it would not print black anymore. Of course, today, the next day, it's printing black fine. So it was just one of those things that decided to bother me for the day that I needed it to print black. So I printed that on just normal work paper using a laser printer. I am attaching each of the circles to each other just using my ATG gun and ribbon in the middle. That white ribbon I've had for a long time, and just decided it would be a great thing just to use to dangle these behind each photo. I'm then using some washi tape to attach, once I get those together, to the back. I think I'm going to walk you through just me doing it twice, just so you can see, and then I end up stopping this because I figure you don't need to actually see this 6 times. So like I said, for the 2 that were on the back, I did not dangle them. I just put them directly on the photo. But for these other ones, I did dangle them using the ribbon and just a piece of washi. So my 8 stories for the word enough are things that kind of have resonated with me throughout the year. So you'll see things like voting. This year, there's a lot of complaining online, both ways. And I just feel like, enough's enough. Actually get out and vote. Not spending money. So there's a picture of us kind of sitting in a winery. We actually got a free lunch at a winery, and we went out and used that as opposed to going out and paying for lunch and use that as our date. And that's kind of something we're trying to do, is take advantage of those activities that are around you in your neighborhood. And then kind of the most important one is showing up for your kids. There's a picture of my daughter there, and I just took a day and we went out and took pictures and didn't pay for a photographer for her graduation announcement pictures, but I just went out and took them with my iPhone, and it was a great day. We had a great time spending time together. So There's a picture at the end that kind of goes through more of my stories, so you guys can look at those. What you're seeing here is I keep all of my one little word in one bin, and my one little word embellishments and stuff, and I'm just kind of going through and picking some for different pictures. Some of them I'm doing based on color. For example, the one of my daughter in her yellow dress, her school colors are yellow and green, and that actually says changes. She's graduating, so it is time for change, so that worked out. Other ones I just picked because it made sense. For the one of the commute, I actually went to California for work, and I really appreciate not having to live in California for work. The commute was horrible, and I said this month was hard because it was. Going there for a week and traveling for a week, it was rough, and I'm kind of glad that all that travel is over. After I got them all kind of embellished the way I wanted, I put them inside the pockets. You're seeing just a couple more little embellishments on different pages. And that is basically my November. So what's coming up now is just a couple of close-ups after I put them in the pocket. So you'll see the cover page, Progress Not Perfection, with a little tab, 4 of the stories, the voting, my cat, then the rest of the stories. So you can pause and read them if you want to. I really appreciate you guys watching, and please like and subscribe and know that you're enough. Bye-bye.